My name's Vera, and I never thought I'd be kicked out of my own house. Marcus brought me coffee that Tuesday morning while Tessa scrolled through her phone at the kitchen table. Thanks, sweetheart. I took the mug from him. Tessa didn't look up. Marcus, we need to talk about the guest room. I want to turn it into my yoga studio. Mom's using that room, Marcus said quietly. Exactly. Tessa set her phone down. Vera, we need to discuss your living situation here. I glanced at Marcus. He was staring into his own coffee cup. My living situation? I kept my voice steady. You've been here for almost 2 years now. Marcus and I are newlyweds. We need our space. Tessa's smile didn't reach her eyes. I thought we were doing fine, I said. I stay out of your way. I help with... You don't stay out of the way, actually. Tessa leaned forward. You rearrange my kitchen. You comment on how I clean. You're always... here. Because I live here. That's the problem. She glanced at Marcus, who still hadn't spoken. Marcus and I have discussed this. It's time for you to find your own place. My chest tightened. Marcus, is this what you want? He shifted in his chair. Tessa has some valid points, Mom. We are trying to start our life together. You've been married 3 years. And you moved in right after the wedding. Tessa's voice sharpened. We never had time alone. Every dinner, every weekend, every holiday. You're here. You invited me when I sold my condo. You said it made sense financially. I looked between them. Marcus, you begged me to help with the down payment. We're grateful for that, Tessa cut in. But that doesn't mean you get to live here forever. We're not running a retirement home. I'm 62, Tessa. Not exactly retirement age. Whatever. The point is, Marcus and I need our house to ourselves. She stood up. There are nice apartments in Riverside. One of my coworkers lives there. Very affordable. Affordable? I set down my mug. Marcus, say something. He finally looked at me. Mom, maybe it would be good for you. Independence, your own space. You could decorate however you want. I decorated this entire house with you. That was different. His eyes dropped again. We were helping you after Dad died. But Tessa's right. We need to move forward. Tessa walked to the sink. I'm showing the yoga instructor the guest room next week, so you have until then to pack up. A week? You're giving me a week? That's plenty of time. She rinsed her coffee cup. Unless you want to make this difficult. I stood up slowly. My hands were shaking. And where exactly am I supposed to go in a week? That's really not our problem to solve, Vera. Tessa turned to face me. You're an adult. Figure it out. Rent a room somewhere. Get a small apartment. Maybe one of those senior living places. Marcus. I waited until he looked at me. Is this really happening? He stood up, but he wouldn't meet my eyes. I think it's for the best, Mom. For everyone. For everyone. I repeated the word slowly. So you're choosing her over your own mother. Don't make this dramatic. Tessa crossed her arms. Nobody's choosing anyone. We're just asking you to respect our marriage and get your own place. Asking. The word felt bitter in my mouth. Fine. Telling. She smiled that cold smile again. Marcus and I are united on this. Completely united. I looked at my son. He couldn't even look at me. I called my sister Rita from the park down the street. I couldn't stay in that house another minute. She said, what? Rita's voice went up an octave. Told me to rent a room, like I'm some tenant who overstayed. I watched a mother push her kid on the swings. Marcus just sat there, Rita. Didn't defend me once. That spineless little... Sorry, but Vera, you know what this means, right? That my son married a control freak who's turned him against me? No, it means she has no idea who owns that house. Rita's laugh was sharp. When are you telling them? I don't know yet. I'm so angry I can barely think. Don't tell them. Not yet. I heard Rita moving around her kitchen. Let her keep planning her yoga studio. Let her keep giving you deadlines. Then drop the bomb. That feels cruel. Cruel? She's kicking you out of your own house. The house you bought with your inheritance. The house you put both their names on out of generosity. I put Marcus's name, not hers. Rita went quiet. You're joking. The deed has my name and Marcus's name. We added him when he got married, so he'd have something secure. But Tessa's name isn't on it. I accusing my eyes. She doesn't know that either. Oh, this of beautiful. Terrible, but beautiful. It's not beautiful, Rita. My son chose her over me. Then show him what that choice costs. Her voice softened. Vera, you've been too nice your whole life. You gave them money. You gave them a home. You raised a good kid, and he's letting his wife walk all over both of you. Don't you dare feel guilty about protecting yourself. I went back to the house an hour later. Tessa was on the phone in the living room. I know, Mom. I'm so excited. Finally getting my space back, she laughed. No, she's looking at apartments this week. Marcus was firm about it. Yeah, he really stepped up. I'm thinking cream walls for the yoga studio, with those bamboo floors. She saw me and lowered her voice. I'll call you back. Don't stop on my account, I said. I was just talking to my mother about some decorating ideas. She stood up. Have you looked at any places yet? Not yet. Vera, you need to take this seriously. I meant what I said about next week. Oh, I'm taking it very seriously. Good, because Marcus and I are done enabling this situation. We're not your parents. We're not responsible for housing you. Interesting choice of words. I kept my voice level. Responsible for housing me. You know what I mean. We've been generous, but there's a limit. Marcus came in from the garage. Everything okay? Fine, Tessa said. I was just reminding your mother about the timeline. He looked uncomfortable. Mom, did you call any of those apartments? Not yet. I've been thinking. Well, think faster. Tessa picked up her phone again. Because I'm having the carpets cleaned next Friday, and I need that room empty. The carpets your mother-in-law paid for? The words slipped out. Tessa's eyes narrowed. What? Nothing. I headed toward the stairs. I'll figure something out. In my room, I pulled out the folder I'd kept in my closet. The deed, the mortgage papers showing my name and Marcus's name, the title insurance, everything. I spread them on my bed and took photos with my phone. Then I texted Rita. I'm ready to do this. She responded immediately. Finally, what's the plan? Tomorrow I'm calling David Sterling. Remember him from Dad's estate? The lawyer? Perfect. I stared at the papers. 28 years I'd been Marcus's mother. 3 years he'd been Tessa's husband. I was about to find out which mattered more. Chapter 3. David Sterling's office smelled like leather and old books. He read through my documents while I sat across from his desk. So let me make sure I understand. He looked up at me. You own this house jointly with your son. Your daughter-in-law's name appears nowhere on the deed. And she's demanding you leave? Within the week. She's planning to turn my bedroom into a yoga studio. He almost smiled. Does she know about the ownership structure? No idea. I don't think Marcus has told her. And what do you want to do here, Vera? I took a breath. I want them out. Both of them. Even your son? Especially my son. He sat there and let her disrespect me in my own home. He chose her. David nodded slowly. I can file for partition. Since you're co-owners, we can force a sale or a buyout. But it's going to get ugly. It's already ugly. Fair point. He made notes on his legal pad. Or you could simply inform them of the ownership situation and ask them to leave. That might be cleaner. I want it on record, legal, undeniable. Then we'll need to serve papers. Your son will know you're serious. Good. My hands were steady now. Let him know. 2 days later, I was in the kitchen when someone knocked on the door. Tessa answered it. I heard a man's voice. I'm looking for Marcus Brunnan and Vera Brunnan. Documents for both of you. What documents? Tessa's voice rose. Who are you? Process server. Is Marcus Brunnan available? I'm his wife. I can sign for him. Need to hand these directly to the named parties, ma'am. Marcus came down the stairs. What's going on? I walked into the hallway. Those are for us, Marcus. I'll take mine. The server handed me an envelope, then one to Marcus. You've both been served. Have a good day. Tessa slammed the door. What the hell was that? Marcus was opening his envelope, his face going pale. It's... Mom, what is this? Legal documents regarding the property at this address. Partition action? He looked up at me. You're suing me? I'm exercising my rights as co-owner. Tessa grabbed the papers from his hands. Her eyes scanned the first page, then the second. This says you own this house? Jointly with Marcus, yes. That's impossible. We bought this house. No, Tessa. I bought this house with my inheritance after my husband died. I added Marcus's name when you two got married. As a gift. You're lying. But her voice shook. Marcus sank onto the stairs. Mom, I didn't know you were going to do this. You didn't know I'd defend myself after you told me to rent a room? I didn't say that. Tessa said that. And you agreed. You told me it was for the best. You told me to get my independence. Tessa was still reading. Wait, my name isn't on here. My name isn't anywhere on this deed. That's correct. But I live here. We renovated. We've been paying the mortgage. There is no mortgage. The house was paid in full when I bought it. The bills. The utilities you split with me. The property taxes I pay. The insurance that's in my name. I kept my voice calm. Did you really think a house this size in this neighborhood came with no questions asked? Marcus stood up. Mom, can we talk about this privately? Now you want to talk? I looked at him. Where was this energy when your wife told me to leave? I didn't think you'd actually have to go. I thought we could work something out. By humiliating me? By letting her plan her yoga studio in my bedroom? Tessa's face was red. This is insane. You can't just kick us out. We have rights. Actually, I can. Read the petition. I'm requesting partition by sale. What does that mean? It means the house sells. We split the proceeds according to ownership share. 50-50, Marcus and me. That's not fair, Tessa's voice cracked. We've lived here for 3 years. And I've lived here since I bought it. Funny how that works. Marcus was shaking his head. Mom, please. There has to be another way. There was. It was called respecting your mother. Rita came over the next morning. Tessa was on the phone in the bedroom, her voice carrying through the house. I don't care what it costs. Find me a lawyer. She can't do this. Rita poured herself coffee. How'd they take it? Tessa called me vindictive. Marcus cried. Good. They earned it. Marcus appeared in the doorway. Aunt Rita? Marcus. She didn't smile. Heard you've been telling your mother to find a room to rent. I never said it like that. No, you just agreed when your wife said it. Much better. He looked at me. Mom, I talked to a lawyer this morning. He said we could fight this. With what money? We could get a loan. To fight your own mother in court? Rita shook her head. Your mother gave you everything. She bought this house with the inheritance from your father. her husband who she took care of for 2 years while he died from cancer. And she put your name on it because she loved you. And you repaid her by letting that girl upstairs tell her to get out." Marcus's jaw tightened. "We just wanted our space." "Then you should have bought your own house," I said quietly. Tessa came downstairs. "My lawyer says we can claim adverse possession. 3 years of paying bills and maintaining the property." Rita laughed. "Adverse possession? You're delusional." "Who asked you?" "Nobody asks me anything. I just show up when my sister needs protecting." "Marcus, are you going to let her talk to me like that?" He looked exhausted. "What do you want me to say, Tessa?" "Tell her to leave. This is our house." "It's not our house," his voice cracked. "It was never our house. It's Mom's house. She let us live here." "You're on the deed." "Because she put me there, as a gift." He sat down hard. "We've been living in my mother's house, and we told her to leave. Do you understand how that sounds?" "I understand your mother is manipulative and—" "Stop." Marcus held up his hand. "Just stop talking." Tessa's mouth closed. "I called my mom a liar all morning," Marcus said slowly. "Told my lawyer she was lying about ownership. Then he pulled county records. Her name and my name. Bought in full 6 years ago." He looked at me. "Right before Dad died." 6 months before," I said softly. "He helped you pick it out. He wanted you to always have somewhere secure." Marcus put his face in his hands. "What have I done?" "You chose your wife over your mother," Rita said. "Now live with it. Somewhere else." Tessa grabbed her purse. "I'm going to my mother's. Call me when you've figured this out." The door slammed. "Can you forgive me?" Marcus asked. I stood up. "I'll see you at mediation. David will send the details." "Mom, please." "You wanted your space, Marcus. Now you'll have all the space you need." I walked past him to the stairs. Behind us, I heard my son crying. I didn't turn around. 4 months later, the house sold for $600,000. Marcus got his half. He and Tessa moved to a small apartment across town. I bought a condo near Rita, smaller but mine alone. We haven't spoken since closing. He texted once asking to have coffee. I didn't respond. Last week, Rita told me Tessa's mother called her a fool for not checking the deed. Apparently, they're barely speaking now either. Some choices don't get second chances. Marcus learned that the hard way. But here's what I keep wondering. If your own child told you to leave your home because their spouse wanted you gone, and then discovered too late that the home was yours all along, would you ever let them back in? Or would you do exactly what I did?